Hello juniors, and welcome back to Computer Systems and Programming, Release 2. So due October 29th, which is a Monday, so plan your schedules accordingly, is the Mini Marketplace report and the Mini Marketplace presentation. Just a couple things to clarify. For the report, I don't want it to be like your traditional research paper. I want all the information to be accurate. I want it to be your own words, so I don't want copy and paste from different sources, and I want it to focus a lot on just us talking about the topic and information that we need to understand what the topic is. And then for the presentation, that is the ideas and it's going to be a presentation that you'll give to your classmates to explain in what you learned to all of your classmates. So I don't want you to read off of the report. I want you to formulate that into ideas that you can teach to other people. The report is just to help you feel like you know the topic, and when people ask you questions, you're making sense. So let's look at Canvas. So if we're at Release 2, we can see the Start Here video, which is the one you're watching currently, the presentation, which is the presentation I just clicked off of, and then the Mini Marketplace report submission. So when we go into this, we have the activity prompt that'll tell you exactly how to, the requirements we want of your report, which is just 500 words and just correct information about the topic. You don't need to focus on grammar or anything like that. Just make sure everything is correct and that you have a deep understanding of the topic. For the Mini Marketplace presentation, we also have the activity prompt, but this is where you should be spending most of your time because the presentation is what you'll be giving at fall cohort, and you'll be talking about the topic. So the report gets it so that you understand the information, and the presentation is so that you can teach everyone else in your class about a topic. So make sure that your presentation is good. It's got short bullets. It doesn't have a lot of words. It uses pictures if that's necessary / capable of having. So make sure you focus a lot on this, more on this than the report. So if we go back, the final thing I want is if you have time / if you're feeling good about your standing, you can work on your Scratch game. So the Scratch game is what we'll be working on for Release 3. It's nothing is due for this release on Scratch, but if you want to get a little head start and make sure your project has a lot of cool things and all the details are good, then you can get a start on it this week or this couple of weeks. Any questions?
So we have to do our presentation for our mini marketplace at the next in-person meeting. How long do those presentations have to be?
So for the presentations, they should be about 3 minutes, no more than that. So it should be short but packed with information. So make sure you go over it a couple times before cohort and make sure you know what you're talking about and slim all of your information down so that people can understand it.
I heard you say that you don't want us to read our report, but I'm putting a lot of work into that, and I think I'm going to want to bring in things from my report. Can you just give a couple tips on how to go from a report on information to a presentation on information?
So the best way to go from a report to a presentation is to start with an outline. So when you're building your presentation, just build an outline of what topics you want to cover. So if I was talking about the new iPhone, I would talk about its new screen upgrades, its new camera upgrades, and then its new operating system upgrades. So those are 3 topics that I could have one slide for each. And then in there, I would build bullets of important topics. That way, you're not reading from your report, but you're building your outline, and then the information from your report you can talk about when you're when you're presenting. Okay, so it's great talking to y'all, and I'll see you next release.